Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So that is something that interests you. Please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie and TV news and pop culture discussion. So first up, we have Tina Fey and Tim Meadows will reprise their Mean Girls roles that they had in the movie for the Paramount Plus movie musical remake that they're doing. So I think that's awesome. If you don't know, Tina Fey wrote the original movie as well as had a small part in it. And I'm glad she's going to be into the Broadway musical version of it. So I'm still looking forward to that. Zach Galifianakis has been cast in the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake, which I didn't know was happening.
I didn't either.
I swear, they're just really trying to remake all of the Disney movies into live action. It's quite interesting. No word on what he's cast as, but he will be in the live-action remake.
Oh, my gosh.
That's funny.
He's going to be Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
Marvel is slowing down the rollout of their shows. So for this year, now we only are going to get Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson and Loki Season 2 with Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson will air this year. They had a lot more, but they feel like they're oversaturating the market from what I understand. And so they're trying to slow it down. I think the only problem with that would just be... from my experience watching them, is that a lot of them led into the next thing. So, like, for instance, they filmed this show called Echo, which is a spin-off of Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
And had characters like Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin in that show, and they were supposed to continue in Echo as well. So my thought is if they've already filmed that, which they have, the whole thing's been filmed, and now they're taking it out of this year of showing, like, how that messes with, I guess, timeline and what's happening, I guess, is my question. So that, and also there was another show already filmed that was supposed to come out this year called Ironheart, which is a spin-off of the the Black Panther movies. But now they're going to hold them out for 2024. So I'll just be curious to see how that works.
Really? That is interesting.
Right? And how if they'll have to rework it somehow, if it has any connection to future movies, which they always do, but honestly the ones always led into something like what was it, WandaVision obviously led into Doctor Strange number 2. Loki, it ended up leading into this recent Ant-Man.
That's right,
because that's where you first saw the Jonathan Majors character. And then Hawkeye, technically that was a follow-up from the Black Widow movie, so you had to have seen the movie first before leading into that. But I just mean they're all connected like that.
Right, yeah.
So it'd just be interesting to see when you take things out of order like that, what happens. But we'll see. Because you guys know I love all these shows.
Yes, you do.
I've seen them all.
You've seen them all, and you know, like, the sequence, and you know all that, which is great.
I'm honestly very excited for Secret Invasion. I love Samuel L. Jackson anyway as Nick Fury from all the Avengers movies, so I'm happy he actually agreed to do a series. So I'm glad that's still coming out this season. Can't wait to see that.
Maybe he needs some money.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Disney Plus has canceled The Mighty Ducks after 2 seasons. I never did watch that show, although that was a childhood movie of mine.
Yes.
But so, unfortunately, if you guys were out there watching that is now over. Succession will now end with season 4 on HBO. So she started.
And
yeah, this coming up 4th season will be its last season. So they said they're in a good
then
place.
I get caught up.
Right? They said they're in a good place, and it'll end in a good ending. So we'll hope that's true.
That's amazing with all the awards they've been either nominated for or won.
Right? Yeah, but they don't want to. Sorry, excuse me as I go on. They don't want to. Keep going unnecessarily.
Sure.
So I get that.
I'm
glad they have an ending in mind. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Warner Brothers are developing new Lord of the Rings movies. See, guys, again, everything comes back around.
Oh.
It's not like they're that old. I mean, I guess over a decade, but at the same time, I feel that's not long enough to want to reboot something.
I agree.
But
you know what? I mean,
they're
just, you can, any given time, you can turn on the TV, on cable or whatever, and there will be a Lord of the Rings or a Hobbit or Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm waiting for the day when they actually decide to reboot all the Harry Potters.
Can you imagine?
No.
That's going to be awful.
It's like, I don't even know why they're going to do more of the, but that's fine. That's fine. So Nick Offerman, Megan Mullally, and David Cross are joining the Umbrella Academy for season 4 on Netflix. Nick Offerman just is coming off his The Last of Us episode number 3, I want to say it was. And he's actually married to Megan Mullally from Will and Grace. So I think that's really cool that they're going to be on the Umbrella Academy. No word on what they'll play. As you know, that is a show I watch as well.
So Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally are...
They're husband and wife.
Wow,
yeah.
how about that?
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. And I was like, oh, that's right. They are.
Yeah,
they are.
that is. Okay.
So, so I think that's cool. They're going to play. I don't know if they'll play a couple on the show, but I guess we will find out. So HBO Max has ordered the prequel series Welcome to Derry. This will be based on the It book from Stephen King. And so there's just, I guess in the book, there is a lot of earlier stuff it talks about that the original miniseries or the new movies don't really get to. So it's going to cover how Pennywise first came to be in Derry. So anyway, it's one of those things like when I saw those movies, so I'd probably watch this. I just hope it's not too like creepy because I don't want it to be too creepy for me.
Oh, I hope it's really creepy.
We'll see. And I did read that they're looking to try and have Skarsgård come back again as Pennywise. So from the movies, yeah. So,
good.
So we shall see.
Oh, I hope it's good.
I know. And then finally, for news, Bebe Neuwirth is set to reprise her role as Lilith in the Frasier revival on Paramount Plus.
Oh.
She is the first other cast member to be cast. So that's cool.
I love Frasier.
We're still hoping the brother's going to come back, but still no word.
Miles?
No word. Yes, Miles.
Well, dang it.
But still no word about him.
There's no Frasier without him.
Right? It would be weird. And I never watched the ending of that series, but did Frasier end up with the assistant? Was she an assistant or a house manager or something?
Oh no, it was Miles and her.
Oh, okay. Did they end up together in the end? Okay. So if you bring him back, you got to bring back. Did they get married? Do we know? Okay.
I think so.
You need to bring back her.
It's been a while.
You did bring back the couple, so we'll see. Hopefully it all comes together.
Miles is in there. He has to be there.
Right? Exactly.
And what's his name?
Oh, it's David Hyde Smith?
Pierce.
Pierce, there we go.
David Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde Pierce, yes. So, yes. Okay, so for movies and TV shows out, we are going to do last week and this week because, of course, we weren't on the air last week. So for last week, first up we have Cocaine Bear. This is in theaters starring Ray Liotta in his final film role, guys. Final film role.
Yeah.
Carrie Russell, Margot Martindale, and O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is Ice Cube's son. I'll just never get tired of saying that. He's Ice Cube's son. Anyway, so after a 500-pound black bear consumes a significant amount of cocaine and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage, an eccentric gathering of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers assemble in a Georgia forest. I'm actually going to see this weekend, so I will let you know what I thought. So it looks. I've heard it's so far it's gotten pretty nice reviews. So, like I said, I'll let you know. I'm looking forward to it. Then we have The Strays. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Ashley Maddox. I never pronounce her. Anyway, she's from the TV show Revenge that I used to watch. And then Michael Warburton.
Medekwe.
Yeah, let's try that. Medekwe.
Okay, sure.
I never heard her pronounce it, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say.
Medekwe.
Anyway, so a light-skinned black woman's meticulously crafted life of privilege starts to unravel when two strangers show up in her quaint suburban town.
Ew.
I am interested to see this. I've heard it's crazy town, so I do actually want to watch it. It sounds interesting, but I've heard it's a crazy story.
Huh.
Then we have a Ghost. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Anthony Mackie, Jennifer Coolidge, and David Harbour from Stranger Things. So the discovery that their house is haunted by a ghost named Ernest makes Kevin's family a social media sensation. But when Kevin and Ernest get to the bottom of the mystery of Ernest's past, they become targets of the CIA.
I've seen it. I mean, I haven't seen the show or anything, but I mean, I've seen it. I keep thinking, I want to click on that, just because there's Ghost in there. But I haven't yet.
Okay. I do think it looks
Is it supposed to be funny?
Yes.
Okay.
It is supposed to be funny, so yes,
Well,
I do want to see it myself. Then we have Liaison. This is a new series on Apple TV and stars Daniel Francis. Lena Dewberry and Vincent Castle. So 2 agents and former lovers must work together to combat international cyber attacks threatening the United Kingdom while also confronting the buried secrets of their destructive relationship.
Ooh.
I know. I'm sure it's on Apple. I'm sure it's good. It always has
Yeah.
They always do really nice things over there.
I'm still haven't even started, truth be told, and I can't wait on that one.
Oh, that's right. And you still need to do the last season of Servant too, right? Or did you finish it?
I have to do the last 3 seasons.
Oh, no, she's further behind folks than we thought.
Freak.
So much, yeah, lots to do over there. Then we have Bel Air Season 2 on Peacock, starring Jabari Banks, Coco Jones, Adrian Holmes, and Cassandra. So not much is known about the second season, but there's no time jumps. It picks up right where the last season ended off, with Will leaving their house and bunking with a friend because he's mad at his Uncle Phil. So it just picks up right from there, and we're going to get some more drama, I can tell from the trailer this season. So good show still happening. And then finally for last week, we have The Consultant. This is a new series on Amazon and stars Christopher Waltz, Nat Wolff, and Brittany O'Grady. Christopher Waltz is always...
Is it Christopher or Christoph?
Oh, you're right. Christoph. It is Christoph Waltz.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, from... what's that funny show that we saw? Oh, Inglourious Bastards.
Oh,
he always
that was
comes
funny.
off as funny, yet creepy at the same time.
I know. He's great.
So when a new consultant, Regis Patov...
Oh, Regis?
I'm going to say Regis, okay,
I
is hired to improve the business of the app-based gaming company Compware. Employees experience new demands and challenges that put everything into question, including their lives. I watched the trailer, and it was one of those ones where the trailer really gave nothing away. I had no idea what was going on.
Right.
None. Except that, again, he was creepy.
Yep.
So I'll probably at least check out the first episode to see if it draws me in. So for this week, we have Creed 3 in theaters, starring Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, and Jonathan Majors as his rival. So Adonis Creed is thriving in his career and family life when Damien, a childhood friend and former boxing prodigy, resurfaces after spending time in prison. He's eager to prove that he deserves his shot in the ring. The face-off between former friends is more than just a fight. To settle the score, Adonis must put his future on the line to battle Damien, a fighter who has nothing to lose.
I just love that name, Adonis Creed.
Yes, that's
If I
really
were to
good.
have another kid, it'd be Adonis Creed Fraser.
Okay. Okay, I can hear that. That's funny. But it is a good name. I like it.
Strong.
Right? And Michael B. Jordan is Adonis-like, so it actually fits.
And I do like those movies.
I do too. I still have not seen Creed 2.
I haven't either.
I'm hoping that it's going to pop up onto somewhere for free.
Oh, I bet it will.
Once it releases this week.
It's on Amazon, isn't it? I'm sure it is.
Not for free, though. I want you to pay.
It's probably $5.99.
And so, but I'm hoping it will end up being for free once it's released. Because that's what happened with the Magic Mike movies, is that it was nowhere to be found. And then when it was released, HBO Max had both. And I was like, oh.
So HBO Max
has Magic Mike and Magic Mike 2.
Oh, good.
And I was like, and that only happened once the movie was released. So that tells me this might happen with Creed as well.
Look at me getting all caught up.
Right?
Yay. Okay.
Exactly. Then we have Operation Fortune. This is in theaters starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, and Hugh Grant. So elite spy Orson Fortune must track down and stop the sale of a deadly new weapons technology wielded by billionaire arms broker Greg Simmons. Reluctantly teamed up with some of the world's best operatives, Fortune and his crew recruit Hollywood's biggest movie star Danny Francesco to help them on their globe-trotting mission to save the world. Now, this is a movie that was supposed to come out, I'm not even kidding, 2 years ago. I'm not sure what happened, but it's finally released this week. So I love Jason Statham, so I will see him honestly in anything. And Aubrey Plaza, she's from The White Lotus season 2. Love her. She's very funny. This looks funny. It's an action comedy, so I'm here for it.
And Hugh Grant.
Who doesn't like Hugh Grant? Yeah, he's great. Then we have the show Sex Life, which is Sex/Life, season 2 on Netflix. With Sarah Shahi, these names, man.
Right.
Mike Vogel and Adam Demos. So the show is going to continue to look at what a woman really wants out of life and if you really can have it all. And I'm here to tell you, if you remember my review of this season 1, she cannot, because this woman is selfish AF in the show. It's like, I don't even know. I mean, it was just really like, she just really bugged me. How she can, yes. It's like she's this great guy she's married to, and honestly, jumping through hoops to make her happy, and it's not good enough for her. It drives me nuts. And usually the show always takes the approach like, well, there's something wrong with the husband. There's nothing wrong with the husband. He's great. He's like bending over backwards to do what she wants, but she wants that, plus she wants this old like lover of hers, and it drives me crazy.
So she's just one that can never be happy.
Yeah, basically that's how it like comes across. So you know,
and there are 2 seasons of this.
I know. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, it's coming back. So of course I'm gonna have to watch season 2, and I'm gonna hope either she gets better or these 2 men be like, sayonara, because you're stupid. I don't know. Something has to happen to make this okay. Whew. Anyway, then we have The Mandalorian season 3 on Disney Plus, starring our favorite dad, Pedro Pascal from The Last of Us. I've not watched any of this series. I've heard it's great. Every time I see the cute little figurine of little, who's the little green guy? Grogu? Oh, Grogu, right?
Oh, yeah, he's like a little baby. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think his name is, and as a baby, he's known as Grogu before he grows up and is, you know, the all-knowing one. So, yes, he looks so cute. I've wanted, just because I think that character's cute, I've wanted to look at it. I just never have, but I will eventually. Then finally, we have Daisy Jones and the Six. This is a new series on Amazon, starring Riley Keough, Sam Claflin, and Suki Waterhouse. So in 1977, Daisy Jones and the Six were on top of the world. The band had risen from obscurity to fame. Then after a sold-out show at Chicago's Soldier Field, they called it quits. Now, decades later, the band members agreed to reveal the truth.
Ew.
I admit, at first I wanted to see this, and then it's based on a book from Reese Witherspoon's book club last year. And she decided to, of course, because that's what she's doing now, which is awesome, turning these books into TV shows. And I've just heard the book isn't that great.
Really?
But that doesn't mean, I mean, it could end up making a fantastic series. I've just heard the book isn't that great. But, yes, yeah.
Huh. Well, it might be worth a peek, you know?
Yeah.
Give it a whirl, so to speak.
Right, give it a whirl. It could be one of those instances where the TV show ends up making the book better. Yeah, they did a screenplay that corrected whatever was wrong in the book and made it better.
Yeah, that could be, because maybe like the premise of it is they could make it really good.
Right, yeah.
But like some books are just so good that it's hard to make those into movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Like your Stephen King books.
Right.
You know, it's, there's so much to them.
Yeah. It's hard to do that. That's true. That is true. All right, guys. So that is 2 weeks worth of stuff for you to watch. All right, here's to what we have watched these past 2 weeks. But first, we have a review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that we both saw together. So this starred Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Michael Douglas, and of course Jonathan Majors coming back as Kang from Loki. So overall, I thought the movie was okay. I wanted more of Kang. I can honestly say I did. I wanted more of King, but what we got was great. But I understand this is like his first real outing.
Okay.
And so he has a lot more movies to go with him in it.
Right.
And so I'm guessing that's why they kind of held back a little bit with the character. I like the fact that Michelle Pfeiffer was featured as much as she was, because I was not expecting that. I thought that was really great, because we haven't really seen her do a lot in these past few years, so I really like that. I still enjoy Paul Rudd. What was weird to me, though, you didn't see much of
Wasp.
The Wasp for her to be part of the title.
I agree. I was really surprised on that. She didn't. Yeah, and because I'm not this huge Marvel fan that knows exactly what's going on, so for me, I didn't even realize she was the Wasp.
Oh, really?
In the beginning.
Oh, wow.
So either I am just that person, an airhead, or she just didn't have that big of a role. I really didn't.
Mm-hmm. No, it really was the role is as big. If you go and back and watch movie number 2, you will see the difference in terms of how much she was featured. So even in the first Ant-Man, even though that character wasn't in the title, I mean it was it's a bigger deal. So I thought that was interesting.
So how many Ant-Mans are there now? 2?
So 3.
3.
That was
okay.
This is the third one.
That's right. Okay.
So yes, folks, she saw us to go back and watch the first 2.
Shocking, right?
She hasn't seen the first 2, but it's like it's not so shocking. But she needs to watch them because they're really good. Also, another thing I did like was the whole Quantumania look was good.
That was cool.
It was a good look overall.
You know, at times I thought it looked stagey.
Oh, really?
Does that
Like you
make
were on a
sense?
stage type
Yeah,
of thing?
like they were on a stage.
Yeah,
It
which
was-
I'm guessing they probably, I guess, technically were.
Right.
And then,
but for it to look that way,
yeah.
I was a little, you know, and it was only in a couple places. It wasn't the whole thing because that's amazing. You know, cinematography, or actually, it's probably, how is it made? Like CGI, whatever it is.
Yes.
And it's still really cool. It was just a few things that I was like, oh, I don't know. I felt like they kind of bombed it right there, but I liked it. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. It was funny.
I mean, I didn't realize it was so funny. Paul Rudd is just funny, and I really like him.
Yeah, he is a funny guy.
The daughter, one of those little smart Alex. It's like, oh, can we stop with these teenagers who think they're going to save the world and they're all that?
I did think the daughter needed a little more character development because when you last saw her number 2, she was still like a 12-year-old.
And she had more of a role than the Wasp, in my opinion, kind of.
Right. And in a way didn't surprise me because honestly, in my mind, I had a feeling Scott was going. Sorry, spoiler alert. I thought he was going to die. That didn't happen. And so I thought maybe that was the reason, was that it was going to be that because she's going to take up the mantle because her dad's no longer around.
Oh, right. I see that. Yeah. Yep.
You know, but that didn't happen. At the same time, I guess I just needed more like exposition on her that I wasn't getting as to why she was at the point she was at. How did she become so close to, you know, Michael and Michelle's character? Because, I mean, she was calling Michael Douglas's character Grandpa, and I was like, they're not married. When did you guys form this, like, really close relationship? Because you guys have to remember, if at the end of movie number 2, they all got blipped. It wasn't like he was around to bond with Cassie when her dad wasn't. He was not. They all
to me, it seemed like they made it sound like he was.
Yeah, they were all gone. So it was just weird. I was thinking of this close relationship. Yeah, you were still calling Hope, who's the Wasp, Hope. You weren't calling her mom or anything. Right. You do have a mom. I don't know. It was just odd to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was just some inconsistencies like that. I didn't like the look of MODOK. That looked very fake. He's the guy in that unfortunately looked a little too fake for me.
But it was...
I liked them bringing the character back, continuing on from the first Ant-Man. That was very nice. So that was a cool thing to learn what happened to his character in the end, but I wish they did a better look on him. I don't know what they could have done, but I wish he looked a little better. But he was funny. He was very funny.
He was very funny. Yeah, that was funny.
He had some fun lines. So yeah, overall, it was just okay. Except I just wish there was a little more story there to it. So I'd probably just give it 3 wine corks out of 5 for me.
Same here. I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, 3 wine. So of course, you guys can let us know what you guys thought of that movie and your thoughts and what was wrong with it or what worked with it. Love to hear what you think about that. But yeah, I'm glad I went. I mean, I'm always going to watch all the Marvels, as I said. So overall, it was still an entertaining show.
It was good.
Show.
It was what, 2.5 hours?
Yes.
So
it was. But yeah.
That
was probably
it went pretty quick.
It did. That's true. You didn't feel it. And that's important. That's true. And then for what I watched personally, the last 2 weeks, not much, honestly. I actually got through the first 4 episodes of Carnival Row, which is, season 2 on Amazon. And so that stars Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne, continuing the adventures of Philo and, I'm forgetting her name.
Yes, her character.
How funny. Anyway, sorry, Philo and her. But so far, so good. It had a slow start, but it has now kicked into gear by episode 4. And I'm hoping I'm liking where the conclusion, I think, is headed. Some things have been surprising in terms of the Chancellor and his half-sister / co-conspirator in this. There was an interesting twist on that, so I don't know. I am liking it so far.
Yeah, and you know, I haven't even finished the first episode, but it's funny because I want to be able to watch it when, like, I'm not going to get interrupted. Oh, because I loved the first season so much that I really want to be able to focus on it. Oh, and so I've kind of been waiting so I know I'm not going to get interrupted.
And it is one that, yes, I do think you have to focus, because there was a time I did end up having to rewind a bit, because I'm like, well, go back.
Yep.
So I missed something. So it's true.
Because that's happened to me right now in season 1. I got interrupted, and I'm going to have to back it up. So anyway.
So yeah, I can hear that. So, but it's still a good time. If you've never seen it, I do suggest that y'all out there watch it.
But you do need to go.
Yes,
you do need to watch the first season.
Sorry, just in case no one has seen it. It is very fantasy. You're dealing in a world where you have humans. You have what they call pucks, who are the people who have like the horns on the side. You have fairies.
That's the Frey.
Yes, which are the Frey. I think that's about it. I feel like I'm missing something. An element. But anyway, and so these different elements, and if you're not human, you're basically low on the totem pole in this universe. Yeah. And so
the world was taken over. It's kind of similar to what's kind of, I don't know. It's like, here's their world that they've been living in, the Frey, and they and then humans enter the world, screw it up, try to take control, something new, and then they become like their servants, and it's they put them wherever they think they belong, and then of course you can't be involved with the human if you're one of these other
Excuse me. Yes, that's true. It's looked down upon. Even actually, I guess I should say that Frey are a little above the pucks. They are regarded a little better than they are. Pucks, it's like don't even. Frey, at least, I mean, they have Freys in brothels, so I mean, you just can't technically be, I guess, married to one, but you can obviously still sleep with one, and it's not illegal.
And the Freys are like a fairy, so to speak.
Yeah, but as far as a puck, you shouldn't interact with them at all.
And the pucks have the horns, like a ram. So
yeah, you're not supposed to interact with them whatsoever.
And in the first season, it gives you this kind of, what is it, epilogue, or it in the beginning. So it's one of those in the beginning on the screen.
Oh,
and
so prologue?
you read prologue. Okay. Huh. What's the epilogue? Is that the end?
At the end, yeah.
So the prologue. Anyway, so you can see, what happened in this world, and why the Frey are where they're at, and then the humans and the war that took place. So you do have to, in my opinion, I think you have to watch the first season so you know what's going on.
You won't know it all, unfortunately,
what's going on. And it's so good. It's so good. So.
Yeah, it is a good show. I'm enjoying it so far, so I'm looking forward to. They're dropping 2 episodes a week. The first season they dropped them all at once, but Amazon's on this new kick where now we can't do that for some reason. So, but at least they're dropping 2 a week instead of just 1.
That's good, yay!
And then it's a 10-episode second season, so we'll get there in just 5 weeks versus 10. I guess that's a good thing. So the other series is new to me that I started. It's over now. I realize it's been on for 6 freaking seasons, and I just randomly decided to start watching. It's called The Expanse on Amazon. It's set in space, which as y'all know, I'm not a very good fan of space, but the story on this caught my attention 10 minutes in, and like I said, again, I just started watching because I kept hearing about it. And I kept passing through it on Amazon. I'm like, let me just see if it's all grabs me, or if it's like Star Trek, where I'm like, nope, could care less. Anyway, so I did, and I was, like I said, gripped within the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes, one of the ships blows up, one of the stations blows up, I should say, and these characters are stuck. Some of them die on that blow up, and then you have 6 characters who are stuck on a separate ship that, like a pod ship, that got able to get away from it before it blew up.
Do we know any of the actors?
The only one that's, I should say, well known to me is Stephen Strait. He used to be in the 10,000 BC movie. He was in something called The Covenant. But everyone else I had never ever actually seen before.
Oh, okay.
They're all new.
Sometimes that's good.
Yeah. And so you have this ragtag group of, 6 people. I guess you can think of them as the Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're not funny. But that's kind of like that, where they got kind of put together, not by choice, but because the circumstance happened. And now they're basically just trying to survive out here in this world. And in this world, you have Earthers, us here on Earth. You also have people who were born on Mars, live on Mars. You have people who were born on Venus, live on Venus. And you have this other sector called Belters, who kind of go where they can in terms of life, which I thought was interesting. And they also called Earthers Inners, which was good. That confused me at first. I'm like, who's the Inners? Who are the Inners? Anyway, I caught up and figured it out. But this is very, it's just interesting. where the story takes you for all of season 1 in terms of what's happening, who blew up the ship, why they blew up the ship, where we're going with this. I admit I got sucked in. And so unfortunately, guys, I have 5 other seasons of this to freaking watch. That's the only downside.
That's good news, though. I like those, actually, when you find a show that you like, and then there's all these seasons ahead of it.
That's true. And like I said, the series was over after season 6, so I guess it's nice knowing that. And again, since it was on Amazon, it was released. I guess, actually, sorry. Originally, the first season was a Sci-Fi Channel show.
Oh.
Sci-Fi canceled it, and then Amazon picked it up. So that's cool. And then, like I said, after that, it was all just through Amazon. And they were releasing it weekly. So in that regard, I am happy I don't have to wait each week, because every episode ended on a cliffhanger. I was like, seriously? Like, I see how you kept people going week after week with it just dropping on a weekly basis, but it got me. I'm sucked in, so I will keep going. My favorite character on there, if you watch it, his character name is Amos. I've never seen the actor before. His name is like West Chatham, but anyway, yes, he's one of those. It's like he's a sociopath, like in a way, like Dexter. Like he has no feelings, but he does care. But you can tell he cares about certain people, like everyone on the ship. But it's just like he's just so matter of fact when he like talks to people. And it's like, don't kill him. Well, why? Well, because I'm asking you not to. Oh, okay. And just goes about his way, that type of attitude. So it's like, I mean, he's the most entertaining to be.
But it's not a comedy.
No.
Okay.
No, he just makes me smile sometimes. But no, it's not funny at all. It is just drama. So, but that's all I've been into, but beyond just watching YouTube. So that was me.
Well, awesome. So for me, I've watched a couple of things. First of all, The Sinner. I'm almost done with the third season, and I've really liked this series. It's Bill Pullman is the investigator. But and he's just odd in this thing. This investigator is so odd. He's got this one weird sexual thing that he likes to be hurt by his.
Oh, like hit?
No, what is that called when they
like 50 Shades type of thing, where like
not really bondage, but
oh.
it's more like, twist your arm till if you feel like it's going to dislocate your shoulder, It's one of those weird things. Anyway, so he's got this weird side to him, but yet he's this kind of a brilliant guy who cares about these stories or what happens to some of these people in it. And then, of course, he gets to the bottom of it. But I like that it doesn't end like, maybe like some of these other crime shows where they just always get their guy, or there's always that ending where you know what happens and it's over. Mm-hmm. They get the guy, goes off to jail, the bad guy, whatever. But this is not quite like that. So, but I've really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix. So, give it a try, guys. The other one I'm watching are the Murdoch murders documentary, because I've been following the actual trial of Alex Murdaugh, and this I really am kind of up in the air. They're having closing arguments today, mm-hmm. and I'm kind of up in the air about this guy. Yeah, he's a liar. He's everything they call him, but his kid was such a troublemaker. And then his wife, I don't know, they haven't really talked much about her other than, she had her favorites. Mm-hmm. And the kid that was killed was her favorite. And, anything he did, he got into trouble all the time. And because they're such a high-profile family in the community, dad's a high-profile attorney. His dad also. So all this kid has to do is call and make a phone call, and Daddy and Grandpa show up, and and things just go away. So when they had that boating accident in 19, and that girl was killed, nothing really happened to him. I'm just kind of to the part where he is he is on trial for it, but it's just going to go away because of who they are. So, did he kill his wife and his son? I don't know. I'm not convinced, to be honest. So,
okay,
but we shall see.
Right. Yes.
Anyway, it's very intriguing. So, watch it.
And that's on Netflix too?
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this past weekend, the SAG Award announced their winners, and I'm sorry, this was one that just got past my radar in terms of going over the original nominees on this. So we're just going to cover the winners and see what we think. So for films, we have Best Motion Picture Cast. So the nominees were Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, and Woman Talking. And so the winner was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Huh.
Now, as a reminder, these awards are voted on by fellow actors.
Oh,
no one else gets to say.
It's the Screen Actors
There's
Guild.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the only people that are counting toward the votes here. Then we have male actor in a leading role. So we had Austin Butler, Elvis, Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Bill Nye, Living, and Adam Sandler, Hustle, which surprises me because Hustle, I didn't even get through Hustle. That's why I never talked about it. It wasn't that great to me. Anyway, the winner was Brendan Fraser for The Whale.
Wow.
Then we have female actor in a leading role. We have Cate Blanchett for Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Anna de Armas for Blonde, and Danielle Deadwyler for Till, and then Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And the winner was Michelle Yeoh.
Oh.
Which I think is awesome.
Gosh. I still need to see that.
Yes, you do still need to see that show. So, we'll move on to male actor in a supporting role. We have Paul Dano for The Fabelmans, Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Keoghan, maybe, for The Banshees of Inisherin, Ki Hugh Kwan, for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. So the winner was Ki Hugh Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once. So very happy for him. I think he's the shoe-in now for the Oscar. I'm just saying. I think that's who I chose. I'll have to look at our sheets when we get to that again, but I think that's who I chose. Then we have female actor in a supporting role, which is Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Hong Chow, The Whale, Carrie Condon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Husu for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and the winner was Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's actually a surprise to me. Not that I didn't like her in it. I still feel like Angela Bassett out of all these still had the better role, but that's just me.
Well, and we like Black Panther.
Yes, and again, fellow actors are voting, so.
I did start watching that, by the way, and then of course I got interrupted.
Oh, Black Panther.
But I did just. I know this has nothing to do with it, but I did like what they did with his character. And how they paid homage to him and everything. That was really cool.
That was cool. Oh, good. On to television nominees. Drama series ensemble. The nominees were Better Call Saul, The Crown, Ozark, Severance, and The White Lotus. And the winner was The White Lotus.
Uh-oh.
Then we have comedy series ensemble. The nominees were Abbott Elementary, Barry, The Bear, Hacks, and Only Murders in the Building, and the winner was Abbott Elementary. Then we had male actor in a television, movie, or limited series. We had Steve Carell for The Patient, Taron Egerton for Blackbird, Sam Elliott for 1883,
wow.
Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird, and Evan Peters for Dahmer. And the winner, surprise winner, was Sam Elliott for 1883.
Wow.
That's awesome. Then we have female actor in a television, movie, or limited series. Emily Blunt for The English, Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy, Julia Garner for Inventing Anna, Niecy Nash for Dahmer, and Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. And the winner was Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy.
Oh, she was so good in that.
Which is awesome.
It was a great series.
Then we have male actor in a drama series. Nominees were Jonathan Banks, Better Call Saul, Jason Bateman for Ozark, Jeff Bridges for The Old Man, Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul, and Adam Scott for Severance. And the winner was Jason Bateman for Ozark.
Yay!
Good choice, guys. Good
audience
choice.
goes, wow.
We have female actor in a drama series. We had Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus, Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown, Julia Gardner for Ozark, Laura Linney for Ozark, and Zendaya for Euphoria, and the winner was Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus. I do love her. I feel like, and I get it at the same time, I feel like White Lotus shouldn't be in the drama category. I don't know why. Especially because her character is technically comedy.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in this way, I feel like Julia or Laura from Ozark should have won. That's just me. I get it.
I
It's
agree.
Just me.
Yeah.
They had the more dramatic chops.
You know, I think the producers probably bummed that he wrote Jennifer Coolidge out. No.
Oh, yeah, probably. I'm sure he is. Then we have male actor in a comedy series. We have Anthony Carrigan for Barry, Bill Hader for Barry, Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building, Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building, and Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. And the winner was Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. And then finally, we have female actor in a comedy series. The nominees were Christina Applegate for Dead to Me, Rachel Brosnahan for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, and Jean Smart for Hacks. And the winner was Jean Smart for Hacks, who I just recently read. They had to put a pause on filming their next season because she had to have heart surgery. I'm like, oh, that's scary.
Oh, that's too bad.
Right? Hopefully she'll be just fine.
Yeah.
That's just scary.
But
Because the fact that they already started filming tells me she thought she could put it off until she was done filming the season, and that didn't happen. She needed to have it, whatever it was, handled right now. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Hacks has been nominated a lot
it is.
this year.
I might have to just finally check that out, along with freaking, what is that one on Apple? Ted. What's the Ted one?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted. Oh, what is it?
Right? Ted Russo?
Ted Russo. Yeah, yeah. Ted.
Is it Bruce? No, Russo? Thuso? That's so sad. We can't remember. Anyway, that's another series that gets nominated a lot, and just have not checked it out yet. But it's in its final season now, so need to get on that. So anyway, so those were your 2023
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. Thank you.
Gosh.
So those were your 2023 SAG Award winners.
Well, all right. That's all the time we have this week. Thanks for listening and joining us, and hopefully you guys can get out and see some of these great movies. We had fun as usual, and we hope you did as well. Please give us a review or a comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.